hello, I'm Tom Cohen, I'm just a member of the community. Um, I've been asked to say what housing means to me or LJHA means to me. I think it probably means probably two or three things. First, is my mum was Sheila Saunders, so for me, LJHA meant a lot of my life of where's my mum, she's at a meeting. And then the whole involvement of it, and it's a community and it's our community. And it gives people shelter, it gives people a place to belong, it gives people a place to be. And it's wonderful. And I've known the story of it with Heinz of Sholem and everything else, back to we got given it, we got offered in Meanwood, we turned it down. I know the whole story of it, and I'm really, really bloody proud of what it is. It's just great. Yeah, some of it could be better, some of it could be worse, but it's great. And it's not just everything from general needs. Everyone assumes it's just housing for old people. It's not. It's housing for our whole community. Yeah, it's it'd be a place I'd be happy to be in. Right? I mean, it's just lovely. Housing is really expensive. Housing should be a social good. It should be a right to everybody. There is insufficient housing. Should we have our own? Yes, we should have our own, because social housing exists, charitable housing exists. It's existed for 150 years at least, yeah, in the UK, and we also have to have it and have control of it in our own way. Small bugbear for me. The NHS is 75 years old this year, 4 days ago, whatever. That's wonderful. The NHS creation was catastrophic for the Jewish philanthropic sector. It stole millions of pounds of Jewish hospitals and donations that had been taken. People were happy to see them go because it created a national health service, but they weren't happy about the 100 years of philanthropy that had gone there to create the Jewish hospitals that were lost. This cannot happen again if we have a housing association that's ours and that we control. If we just donate money into, nothing wrong with Guinness housing or places for people or whatever else it is, that's great, right? They're wonderful, they do wonderful things, but it's not ours. Yeah, there's been all kinds of problems of, do we create a service for people? Yes, we do. Is that service just for Jews? Maybe, maybe not. With housing, what we can safely say is we invest in that housing creates a return. It's not a fantastic return, it doesn't have to be, yeah, but the money is safe as houses. Our donations to our community are safe as houses, and it's a reserve function for our people. It's got to be there. The opportunities to influence the lives of our own community in a positive way are so much easier when we have a housing association, when we have the capacity to support people, not exactly cradle to grave, but we can turn round and say, someone's in crisis, there's been breakup, there's been whatever, or kids want to grow up and live near where they came from, right? People want to come home. How can that opportunity happen if suddenly the price for entry is 15 times what their salary is right now, and suddenly you can say, okay, but you can come in, you can settle down, you can build a life here and start from scratch. That is the barriers to entry to beginning that provision of housing again would be massive. I mean, I've no idea what the actual book value of the housing is here, but we simply wouldn't be able to get the land. That's the reality. We are in North Leeds. This land does not exist. Yeah, we can't buy parcels of land because we get outcompeted. We have to build again on our own ground, and we have to start building larger general purpose and family housing, because it can't all just be about provision for old people or provision for young people or 1 or 2 bedroom flats or whatever else it is. Yeah, and we've got housing benefit and bedroom tax and yada yada. That doesn't matter. The reality is we do what our community needs. We need larger family housing. We have to do it ourselves. We have the land. We have to build on it. I'd like to wish the organisation about 15 million quid, which it could then spend on property to then get a decent return on. And I'd like in a real world, I'd love the community to invest in the LJHA. LJHA then pay a return back on it, which the community can then invest in other revenue-based services, to be honest. From where I'm sat, if you suddenly put a pile of money into the housing, the local people pay for the rent, and then the rent provided for 10 community workers and 3 nursery nurses, what's not to love? So there you go. That's what I wish.